Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skybees. And last episode, we of course, we kind of got this place destroyed a little bit, which I then had to restore from a backup. But we did a little bit of work in here, including getting this Wither Bee. Now, the main issue here is that we have a Wither Bee, but that Wither Bee needs a Nether Star block. And a Nether Star block is not exactly easy to come by. So, what we've decided to do is that we're going to kill the wither bosses in the end because that will cause a lot less destruction. But in order to get to the end, I've got this all prepared out for essentially what we need to do. So the first thing that we need is we're going to need an ender bee to, of course, get the end pearls. And in order to get the ender bee, we're going to need these guys along the way. So we'll need a ghast bee, a blaze bee, and a pigman bee. So honestly, why don't we just go ahead and get started with the breeding? So I've quarantined this area here as sort of the bee breeding area. I know it's not pretty. Don't come for me on this one. I know it's not pretty, but it's meant to be temporary. It's just a little easier than putting the bees on leads and then having them hang out over in that corner with all the other ones. And yeah, it's a whole mess. So this is just a little easier. But the first bee that I'm going to go for, I'm going to need the soul sand bee for, because it's the ghast bee. And the ghast bee is going to get us ghast tears, which we'll need to make the end cake here, which allows us to go to the end. And that is a sieve bee and a soul sand bee. And it's a 100% chance, which is why I'm going for it first, so we can start off the day strong. Because that's what I need. So here we've got the sieve bee as well as the soul sand bee. And if I just breed them, we get the ghast bee. And the ghast bee actually, fortunately, also wants soul sand. Alright, so now let me explain real quick why we need the ghast bee. So not only is the ghast bee useful for getting ghast tears in order to make that end cake to go to the end dimension, but also using our handy dandy mana pool here, we can actually turn ghast tears into ender pearls. We just need this alchemy catalyst. In order to get an alchemy catalyst, we actually need one ender pearl. So while we're waiting for those breeding timers to reset, I'm thinking we should go for that one ender pearl real quick. And in order to do that, we're going to need some crushed endstone. And we can get that by putting glowstone into lava. Okay, and that's going to be a long process. So while we are waiting for that lava to be produced. So right now, we're going for mainly the pigman bee and the blaze bee. Those are the two that we can get from breeding dust and sieve bee together. But they're a pretty low chance, so we'll see what actually happens. Okay, so attempt number 1, we got another skeleton bee. And attempt number 2, we got another fluorite bee. Okay, so we actually already have both of these bees. Okay, and I figured while we're waiting for the breeding cooldowns up there, we might as well continue on with immersive engineering here. So it seems like, at least to me, the next step is we actually do need this metal press. Because in order to get a kinetic dynamo, we need to make this copper coil block, which requires copper wires, and we need a metal press for that. And in order to make this thermoelectric generator, we need constant tin plates, which, again, metal press. So everything leads back to the metal press. Because, yeah, again, also with these things, these are all wires, and we're going to need a metal press for that. So literally everything that we can do requires the metal press. So let's get started. So we've already got the steel scaffolding. The piston is easy. So next, let's make this redstone engineering block. So it looks like we're going to need a copper ingot. I don't actually think we have enough iron for that. Okay, and it's a little chaotic in here, but I think we got a blaze bee. Yes, okay, so that is a blaze bee, which is one of the ones that we needed. So if you could just come with me. There we go. We got a little blaze bee in here. And I think the other one we got was a redstone bee, so you're going in the box. So the blaze bee needs blaze mesh, and blaze mesh is actually a lot easier than it sounds. So blaze mesh is literally just 9 blaze rods all put around together. And I got the blaze rods, of course, from the nether. I had to go back into the nether, which actually reminds me, I actually had something I wanted to show you guys in the nether. So I know it's a little janky. This is a floating door, but I made some like Western saloon style doors, which means now I can come blasting into the nether like this and be like, hello. Or run away. I mean, running away is also an option. But I can sort of like blast in through the doors, like a Western inn tavern fight kind of thing. Guns a-blazing, like Boom, I'm the sheriff in town. Except for the fact that there's blazes there, and they're definitely the sheriffs. But anyway, so we got the blaze mesh, which is the flower for the blaze bee. So I can go ahead and put that in here, and then I can release the blaze bee. Hey, there we go. So this time we got the pigment bee. And what does the pigment bee need? A block of glowstone. Okay, that I can do. And with that guy placed, that means that fortunately we actually have no use, well, at least for now, for these 4 bees here. So I can just pack them up, kind of close this little breeding center here, and go put them back in their homes. And there is the glowstone block. So once that pigment bee is all grown up, that does mean that we can actually make the ender bee here. We just need a cobblestone bee and that pigment bee. Alrighty. So 1 and a 2. And we have an ender bee. And yeah, so the ender bee needs an ender block, which requires 7 ender ingots, which requires a bunch of iron and ender pearls, which means I actually need to get the ender pearls. Right now, my only way of doing that is by sifting some crushed endstone, which I'm working on, but so far, no luck. All right, and because this process of getting endstone takes a while, let's continue, once again, on the metal press. So for the redstone engineering block, we need 4 blocks of iron, which we do now have, which means we have the redstone engineering block. So next up, we just need 2 conveyor belts, which unfortunately requires more iron, as well as a heavy engineering block, which unfortunately, again, requires a lot more iron. So I'm going to collect some iron. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going to crush some endstone and pray to the Minecraft gods that I get an ender pearl. I was kind of hoping that we would get one there and I would get really lucky, but no such luck. All right, so I'm still grinding for some more endstone. I've only got 28 here, but I did over here actually fully automate this lava production here, so it looks really, really ugly. I'll be the first to admit it looks actually super ugly, but we've got our cobblestone generator up there, which leads into this chest, which then splits into these 2 crucibles here, which then melts the stone down into lava. But while I've been waiting for that and grinding out this end stone, this steel actually over here is almost done. We've only got 3 left to convert. Since that is almost done, let's actually get started. We're almost there. We can almost make the metal press. And I actually can make this conveyor belt here. So I believe I just need to do this. And now we just need this heavy engineering block. So the first thing is we're going to need an electrum ingot, which it looks like we can actually make using a silver ingot and a gold ingot, which are 2 things that are very plentiful for us. Super easy there. So we go over to the alloy kiln, we put it in, so that's going to start smelting. And in the meantime, we can take this steel, and we're going to need these steel mechanical components, which is 4 steel surrounding a copper ingot. And there we go. We got 4 steel mechanical components, and then the rest of these are going to go into making steel blocks. This guy right here. So we've got the heavy engineering block, which means we can make the metal press. So it looks like here we just have to lay it out like that, and then we right click it with an engineer's hammer and it makes the metal press. So let me find a good place to actually put this. So I'm just going to put it over here. I feel like this is as good a place as any. Whoa, so the steel scaffolding, if you just walk into it, you just like climb it. Anyway, so we put conveyor belts there and there. If I just get some dirt scaffolding here. So if I put this heavy engineering block on top, and then I put a piston facing downwards, and we've got the metal press. All right, so it looks like it uses IF. Yikes. Okay, so I have no clue what IF is. Okay, I'm going to try putting it back here real quick and just see what happens. Okay, so if I grab my energy cables here, let's just see if this will work if I hook them both up. That, and oh, it actually does work. Okay, so it looks like IF, FE, and RF are all the same thing, or they're at least all interchangeable. So I guess that'll just live back there for now because I don't feel like making more solar panels. That's a lot of work if you ask me. Okay, but with that, I actually have 36 end stone, which means I can crush it and then I can sift it. So I need to do 6 at a time because I think this emerald mesh here I think greatly improves my chance of getting an ender pearl. So I want to stick to only this emerald mesh and not use any of this iron mesh here. Attempt number 1, and we got nothing. Attempt number 2, and still nothing. Attempt number 3. Oh, we got one. Okay, I'm just going to finish this off and just see what else we get. Alrighty. So we got 1 chorus fruit, and we got 1 ender pearl. Alright, yeah, that's not amazing. But that's okay, because I think we only needed 1. Because that meant, yeah, we can get this mana pearl here by just dumping it into the mana pool. And then from there, once we have that mana pearl, we can make this alchemy catalyst. And with the alchemy catalyst, I believe, yeah, so we can turn gas tears into ender pearls. It looks like it is quite expensive, but that's okay because we are producing a ton of mana over here. But I should be able to just do this. So we got 1 of these, and now how do we make the alchemy catalyst? And then with these 2 gold ingots, we have an alchemy catalyst. And, well, first off, I should probably get this guy started up again. And I'll just grab my 9 gas tears because obviously I just have those laying around. That makes total sense. Totally just, you know, an easy resource. You know, why not? Yeah, of course. And I guess, do I just throw this in? All right, maybe there's something that says this. Maybe do I need to put the mana pool like on top of? Okay, so I do have to put it on the bottom of the mana pool. And I put that there. Then I should be able to do this. And would you look at that? We got 9 ender pearls. And with a little bit of gravel, we should be able to get just enough iron ore in order to be able to make this. Okay, and with 9 of them, we now have 9 ender ingots, which allows us to make a nether ingot block. So we can now go put this down, and we will start getting free ender pearls. And to be honest, I don't really feel like waiting for all of that, so we just go ahead and make the end cake. So we're going to need 6 more ender pearls, which I can easily make because, if you remember, we do have quite a lot of ghast tears. Plus 6 blaze powder means we get 6 eyes of ender. In order to make the cake, we'll need 2 end crystals and an actual cake. So 2 end crystals. Oh, actually, we're going to need 2 more ender pearls. I don't know why I didn't look at that sooner. And while that's going, we can go ahead and make the cake. And to make a cake, we, of course, need, well, you know, normal cake ingredients. So if I go ahead and do this, we'll get 2 end crystals. These guys are very dangerous. I'm just going to use them up immediately before I blow myself off this planet. And there we go. We have an end cake. Now, I don't know actually how to use this. I don't know if I have to put it down and then eat it, or if I just right click, if I'll immediately eat it. I'm not sure, but I am going to get geared up just in case, because you never know what could happen when other dimensions are involved. Of course, we know this from the nether. It doesn't go well when you don't know what you're expecting. Actually, usually a lot of panic ensues, and today is not my day for panic. So we're going to do this professionally, like the professionals that we are, and we're going to get geared up before we eat the cake. So, of course, this means we're going to need a water bucket to protect ourselves from endermen, as well as, you know, stick the landing in case the ender dragon, like, chucks us up or something. Because I am deathly afraid of endermen, going to put on a jack-o'-lantern. You know, I guess it wouldn't hurt to enchant myself a new bow as well. You know, or not, because actually I've got 2 bows in here that are already enchanted. One of them has infinity. The other one has power 3. I'll just combine all the bows I currently have. Oh, except I don't have an anvil, and I definitely don't have enough iron for an anvil. Well, I'll just use this guy then. This sniper's bow of latent magic. What happens if I shoot it? Oh, okay, yeah. So it shoots 3 arrows, and it's infinity. And you know what? I don't know how easy it's going to be to go back and forth between dimensions. I don't know if I need to make a new end cake each time. Which, like, you know, it wouldn't be that annoying if I had to, but in order to minimize that, I'm just actually going to bring all of the materials that I need in order to make all of the, you know, withers that I need. Oh, hey, you know what? It looks like I actually haven't eaten a wither skeleton honeycomb yet. So, or a ghast honeycomb, or a blaze honeycomb. Oh, I haven't eaten a zombie honeycomb yet. I mean, why not, right? And I'm going to make myself a new axe and a new pickaxe as well, just in case. Because you never know, and I don't want to get stuck in the end without tools. That would, well, to say the least, that would not be great. So I'm just going to get myself some backup tools there. And I know you're thinking, why don't I just make some actually good tools? And the answer to that is I don't know. I don't rightly know. Oh, and you know what? Maybe it would be a good idea to have food. 15 food might not actually be the greatest idea going into an Ender Dragon fight. I also don't know if this Ender Dragon is going to be different than, like, the vanilla Ender Dragon. I mean, I'm hoping they're about the same, because then that means that I'm going to have a slightly easier time with this. But knowing modded Minecraft, that is probably not the case. So we have the materials, I believe, needed to spawn the Wither. And I've got all the materials, I think, again, I think, that's the key word here, that I think I need in order to kill the Ender Dragon. So I do believe that it is time for us to go to the end. However, that is actually going to be the end of this video. See what I did there? See what I... But anyway, all seriousness, that is actually all the time I have for today. I've had a busy couple weeks, so, it's been a while since I've uploaded, and I kind of just want to get this video edited and out. And next episode, you can look forward to me fighting the Ender Dragon. But like I said, that is all I have time for today. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Oh. That literally just places the cake. All right, well, I guess now I just have an end cake, just like sitting in the middle of my base. That's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, but actually, before I go, so it looks like a bronze sword is maybe like the best sword that's available to me in the game. So I'm going to make myself one of those. And to make bronze, I need 3 copper and 1 tin in the alloy kiln. Okay, so I accidentally made 8 bronze ingots. Clearly, I don't know how to read. There's definitely a 4 right there that I just ignored, but that's okay. We got extra now. But that does mean I can make a bronze sword here. And to be honest, don't ask me how a bronze sword is better than a steel sword. It just, it just happens. It's just a thing. Okay, but actually this time, goodbye.